Tonight we've learned the names of the 4 people who lost their lives yesterday in a helicopter crash on Kauai.
3 of the crew members called the Garden Isle home. The 4th person was from the state of Washington. Croman Corporation, an aerial service company, confirmed the 4 people were all Croman employees. They boarded this Sikorsky S-61N helicopter at around 9 o'clock yesterday morning before it went down about an hour later near the Pacific Missile Range Facility, Barking Sands area.
The 4 people on board were identified as 64-year-old Chief Pilot Daniel Maurice, 55-year-old Command Pilot Patrick Rader, 42-year-old Mechanic Erica Tevez Valdez, and 44-year-old Mechanic Matthew Hayter. And tonight, friends and family on Kauai and across the country are remembering the lives lost. KITV4's Tom George joins us now live with that part of the story. Tom.
Yeah, I talked with friends of one of the 2 pilots, Patrick Rader. They're shocked and saddened to hear this news. They say he was a pilot for decades and he died doing what he loved. Pilot Patrick Rader was living the dream.
He found a career that he loved. He found a wife that he loved. He found a place that he loved to live in Hawaii.
Linda Dingle learning of her friend's death while traveling by plane herself, fitting because it's something Patrick loved.
That he just absolutely lived life to the fullest. I mean, he was an adventure seeker, a thrill seeker. He loved extreme sports.
But she says don't confuse that thrill for adventure with recklessness. Patrick flew helicopters for TV news stations, vacation tours, and most recently this military contracted company, and was always meticulous. It's why friends are shocked and baffled by news of yesterday's crash.
Obviously, he's done thousands and thousands of flights, and he's been a pilot for many, many years and an extremely experienced pilot. So both of us thought this has got to be mechanical or something wrong because we couldn't imagine that Patrick would have made a mistake like that.
It's something that's still being investigated. Aviation expert John Nance says crashes involving this kind of helicopter are a lot more rare than other cases we've seen on Kauai.
One of the points of departure of difference between this crash and what has happened in the civilian sightseeing world is that they're not on a sightseeing mission. They're sitting stable at one end of the runway and doing a test of some sort, not flying in and out of canyons.
As they wait for answers, trying to remember the good times and all the great adventures.
We go when it's our time to go, and until then, the best we can do is make the most of every moment, and he did.
We also heard from the mother of one of the crew members who also lived on Kauai, Matt Hayter. She wanted people to know what a wonderful person her son was and how he loved what he did. They too waiting for answers on what caused that crash. Tom George, KITV4 Island News.